Are you sure you don't want to try your hand at crowdfunding? Well, watch this next interview, because this is this 13-year-old who went on crowdfunding site and got $6,000 for his idea. So he obviously didn't have a lot of connections or all this other stuff we all think we need to be successful. No, he is 13 years old. That's it. I say 16, well, I meant 13. That's all he is. 13 years old. And that's like, gosh, all it takes is trying. What's so neat about crowdfunding? See, it doesn't take a credit check. They're not going to check your credit. It doesn't take you have to build a financial statement or something like that. No, they're not going to check any of that. It doesn't take lawyers or accountants or some high-priced experts. No, it just takes your idea. You don't even have to have your idea finished. You just have to know what it's going to look like. And then people throw you money. If it's a good idea. And what's wrong with that? Why don't you at least try it? Man, and even if you fail, what the heck? That's the only way you're going to learn. You can't read everything in the world, before you did it. The only way you really learn is getting out there. You're going to learn how to play football by reading books all the time? No, you got to get there and get hit. When you learn to walk, you fell on your butt 100 times, and then you learn to walk. To do anything new takes failure. And so that's why the most important thing is to get out there and fail. Because if you're not doing that, you're not learning anything. And what's so neat about the internet, it takes nothing. It takes zero money, whatever, to fail. And the faster you go out there and do it, the sooner you're going to learn something to grow to the next thing. And then the next thing, you get it. So if you don't get it the first time, what the heck? But 40% of the people get it. 40%. Wow. That's amazing. People applying for grants and all this other stuff, that could be only 20% if you're lucky. And that's like, gosh, this is, I think, one of the neatest things in the world nowadays. And the way it's going to grow. So you have this 13-year-old who now understands it. Man, this is worth more than a college degree to him, because he could take his ideas and now knows how to get on the internet and create money to finance himself and everything. Doesn't have to get a stupid job or a job he's going to hate or any of those kinds of things, because he knows how to get the money right from direct from customers. And he doesn't even have to have a product yet. That's what's so neat about it. You don't need a product. You just need an idea. People give you, money before you even have the product made. So watch this interview. Well, Ted Brule, boy, I mean, you are, I guess it's embarrassing to call you a genius, but you're probably getting close to that territory. You're what now, 10, 12 years old? How old?
I'm 13.
13. Well, 13 years old, and you just raised $6,000 and still going, on crowdfunding. And God, you just got the neatest thing. It's for people who are makers, who want to do stuff like you do, and you do it every day. But actually, at 13, you're showing the rest of us how to use what we have to use in the future, and you could use it now. You're bringing the future to everybody today, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
So explain the vacuum former to us, because a lot of people may not know what it, and it's so neat to have.
So with vacuum forming, you take a sheet of plastic and you melt it down in your oven, and you use a vacuum to create a mold with it. And you can pour chocolate or plastic or wax in the mold to create more of your object.
Wow. So in other words, you could have your own little manufacturing facility, and instead of having a big tool and die maker or something, you're using a vacuum former, which is next to nothing, right?
It's $55.
$55. That's phenomenal, right? And you just grab an old vacuum cleaner you got around the house, and that provides the suction and everything else you need, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of things that got you there? What were you making that you liked vacuum formers so much?
I was making a computer, and I wanted to make some parts for my own computer case.
Wow.
And vacuum forming is a great way to do that, but all the vacuum formers before were large and expensive, so I built my own affordable one.
I see. So the current vacuum formers were like, how, I mean, is it hundreds or thousands, or what are these things?
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Tens of thousands of dollars. And you got it down to $50-$60 or whatever. Wow, that's phenomenal. We need you in Washington now, making stuff. Making things so much. But more importantly, what made you think of going on Kickstarter to do this?
Well, some of my dad's friends have gone on Kickstarter before, and they've done pretty well. So it's a really good opportunity to get out to people, especially makers. There's a lot of makers
I see,
on the
right.
Kickstarter community, and you can get money up front to manufacture your product.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's a brilliant thing to do. But no, at 13 years old, to me, you're learning this. You're not learning to go to the bank. You're not learning to get investors. You're learning how to create money yourself for your projects. And then your projects and what you're creating will make more money from you. Man,
Uh-huh.
see, and if you can do that at 13, see, people 50 years old don't know this. And you're really showing by example a way how our economy has changed, and
Yeah.
it's wonderful example you're setting for the. Usually, adults show examples for kids. Now, kids are showing examples for adults. So, what do grown-ups tell you when they hear what the heck you're doing?
They like it a lot. I was at Maker Faire. A lot of people really like it, and it's surprising sometimes how many people don't know about Kickstarter yet.
Yeah, wow. And that's even the maker community don't know about
Yeah.
Kickstarter. That's very. I thought that community would know about this stuff too. Huh? When you were going to the makers, was it during your campaign? Were you getting orders for this or what?
So I went twice. One was in San Francisco, and that was before the campaign
Oh,
to get suggestions on how to revise it. And then the second time it was during the campaign.
and was that worthwhile for you to
That was, yeah.
really? Well, that's amazing. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. I talked to a person yesterday who has a way to teach yourself piano, and they're going to a convention, a furniture convention, and they sell 400 of these things on their
Wow.
campaign. Yeah. So, I mean, you already got $6,000. I mean, that's phenomenal. I mean, what other, do you know of any 13-year-olds who went on the internet and got $6,000 with a real product?
I don't think so.
Oh, I know. It's phenomenal to me. That is, and I think it's so important that you're showing other people. I mean, a lot of people are looking what to do in life now. Life has changed so much for a lot of us out there that we're used to doing it the old way, and we have to learn the new way. What you're teaching us how to do. And not only to get a vacuum former so we can make our own stuff
Yeah.
and don't have to go to the store or buy stuff on the internet. We can make it at home. Yeah. You need something, and that's and actually the other option is like 3D printers, and they're still very expensive, $1,000 or so.
Yeah.
So this is an alternative for that too, right?
Yes.
And then you could do cupcakes, right? Wow, that's amazing. So your website is creationhardware.com. That's where you go to, and then you could contribute to the campaign and get one now because you're probably going to be more expensive when the campaign's over, right?
It's gonna go up a little, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why people get a bargain if they go now before the campaign's over, right? And what
Yeah.
do you have in your mind
It's
for next time, Ted? What's it wrestling around in there?
I'm working on larger vacuum formers,
Ah.
automated units.
Oh, so you could like make bowling balls or cars or what?
Just larger parts like mask size.
Mask? You mean
Like
mask?
cosplay people, yeah, I want to make masks and
Oh,
costumes.
yeah, that would be perfect for that, wouldn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. So you could make Ted Brule mask. Well, that's wonderful. Well, you're an inspiration to the rest of us, and we all have to start following Ted because you know what's happening in the world, Ted, and you know how to use the system, and that's the new system that's growing. It's going to be bigger and bigger, and you're showing us the way. And go to Ted's website, creationhardware.com, and look at that. If you don't know where the vacuum former is, he's got a wonderful video, shows you how to use it, what it is, and for $50, man, you got to get one home. Well, thank you so much, Ted. You're a
Thank you.
wonderful boy, man, whatever, inventor. Take care.
You too.